Recording in 3, 2, 1. 안녕하세요 여러분, 제 이름은 아시랍 거쳐 말레이남자. Okay guys, so basically today I kind of like terpanggil, untuk talk about what are my opinions on the characters, let's say the alphabet, the huruf in Korean language itself. As you all know, all Korean language is very unique compared to another language such as the English, the Malay, the Chinese, the Germans, etc. etc. Those are using different sets of system, and the Korean language also using a different set of system by itself. It is being what we call it created by the late King Sejong in Korea when he notices that his people in the country at that time is kind of like illiterate, because this is like hundreds and thousand years ago. So basically at that time, the people, the regular people, they just like, orang yang susah, macam mana-mana negara pun before when the country itself is not developed, people tend to become illiterate because they just focus on doing their farm work, doing their work at the sea, working in the mines and so on. So originally the Koreans use what we call like something like a Chinese character itself. They're using kanji itself, but it's different. It's totally different compared to the other language such as the Chinese and also Japanese, although they come from the same thing. So basically like those kanji kind of like characters are basically like being reserved to those born into the royalties, born into the high society and so on. So all those people, the rakyats, the just general people in the country itself doesn't really have any education. So the King Sejong himself just decided to, I don't know how the process goes, but the thing is, it's something like this. Like, okay, we need to do something to make sure the people can talk, can read, can write, can count, and many things. When they can read, they can write, and that is going to make the country as a whole much better, since people are moving from illiterate into literate. Okay, so you can read books and so on. So you're gonna get a whole sets of people that are going to become someone that, such as an academician and so on, basically. So yeah, what are my opinions? So basically, like when King Sejong proposes this, he asked all the his best people just to go and try to create this new sets of alphabets that they can use, that people can use to make it easier for them to read and write. And that's where the Hangul letters come. So yeah, when King Sejong do this and promotes it to the people, so the people can say, this letter is very easy to learn. So yeah, people tend to they want to learn about the alphabet itself so that they can read and they also can write. And that is the history, basically, just in a nutshell, about how the Hangul alphabet itself being made and being popularized in the King Sejong area. So yeah, I think that's, oh no, nah. Okay, so next is like what is my own thought about it. I mean, like, about the letters itself. You know, when I first learned the language itself, it's like, what is this? What is this? What is this circle thingy? What is this thing? This with this thing, and so on. There are like, oh wait, what is this shape like? What is this shape like this? What does it sound like this? This kind of question pops up because, you know, I'm basically customized to the normal alphabet in English and also in Malay, which is like the A, B, C, D, F, G until Z, until Z, and Z itself. Like, so yeah, when you start learning Hangul, you're going to come across these all different letters, very very new to you. But do not be panic, as what King Sejong said. Before this is like, I would say it's one of the easiest letters in a language to learn. I mean, like, seriously, it is one of the easiest. So you're gonna basically be like learning it. I think the fastest you can get. I mean, like, you can really read the letters by yourself. Like, you just need to learn about. Just take about 2 hours, 3 hours to learn about the alphabets itself for you to learn the language. I think the latest, it's like, if let's say like you are really interested but not really interested in it, I think you just need to take a day at most to get the language itself. I mean, like, when you learn letters, you can read. I mean, like, literally, you don't really need to know the meanings of the words itself, not just yet when you're going to the language learning itself. So basically, like, yeah, it's gonna be that easy. This is basically like, when you learn letters, that is like the gateway for you to start learning the wonderful Korean language. If you yourself have some basics about the Hangul, about the characters itself, maybe you can try to read what's on top over here at my lamp over here. So I give you something to try. So if you know what does this pronounce like, what does it mean, leave it down in the comments below. And you know, maybe I would choose one lucky winner for me to send something to you as an token of appreciation. Something like that, yeah. So this for new, I mean, like, not really new, like, yeah, I would say new language learners, or someone who is K-pop fanatics, K-drama fanatics. I would really advise for you to at least start learning the alphabets itself, the characters itself inside the language. At least for you to see, like, oh, when you watch this drama, you don't really watch the subtitles. Just try to watch the words. Try to watch, I mean, like, the ads, the store front inside the K-drama itself, or inside the variety show, those kind of things. You are gonna be very excited when you can read it. I mean, just heck of a lot of reading. Maybe some GS25, etc. Maybe you're gonna learn some. You read some words inside the restaurant that says like bibimbap and so on. Oh, this is how bibimbap is spelled. Oh, this is how bodejjigae is spelled, and so on. So yeah, it's gonna be very very interesting. I know, like, it's one of the getaways itself. So from there, when you are very comfortable with the alphabets, only then I would recommend for you to start moving on, learning about how to make a sentence, what does this word mean, and so on. So when you go through that kind of process, one by one, do not worry if you were to feel like, oh, I could not progress as much over the time. friends, because everyone have different learning rates. It's not going to be the same. Some may be fast, some may be slow. You just have to make yourself be positive. Think about it, because every word you learn every single day, or maybe every single week, depends on your time and availability, it's gonna add itself into the experience. Because you have to realize that when we are learning a new language, it's like you are reprogramming your mind to basically talk in that language, think in that language. When once you start learning and so on, until some time you're gonna start thinking in that particular language yourself. So when you want to talk in Korean, you switch your mind. I'm thinking in Korean, then you can speak very fluently. The same thing with Malay, same thing with English, German, French, and etc. Everything. You just need to think inside the language itself. Then you're going to be very much fluent. And don't afraid to make mistakes. Don't be afraid to make some mistakes. Okay. Well, me just rambling around about all of that. I mean, like, even for me myself, it took me some years to learn the Korean language, because I'm not really like even learning for it. I don't really have too much drive for it. I mean, like, not to say that I don't like it. I like the languages, and with some work commitments, so I can understand what some people feel when they're like, when can I spend some time to learn all of this? Just allocate yourself sometime, maybe like hour a day, or hour per 2 days, or maybe a week, and so on. It depends on you. Depends on your preferences. Depends on how much you want it. Okay. Yeah, that's basically my own opinion about the Korean, the characters, the alphabets in the Korean language itself. So this is just like me rambling all day for today, just thinking about it. And yeah, I think that is all from me. 그럼 다음에 또 봐요. 안녕. Bye bye.